Sneakerheads and basketball enthusiasts alike, this is the only land, and we are finally here to talk about these, the PG5s. Long laces, good lord. Do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you've liked what you've seen in the videos before, and if you like what you see at the end of this video or throughout this video at any point. And let's get into these. I'll start off with the traction. The traction on these was supposedly these are very similar to the Kobe 9s. And I do have Kobe 9s here, so I should take a look at them. I should take a look at them before I started. But let me see if I can find them. So this is actually an empty box. This was for the Easter pair, and I just absolutely ran through these. But I do have this pair, and man, when Nightwing is right, he is right. And these look just like them, man. No, they don't look just like them. They are them. This is literally the exact traction from the Kobe 9, which is insane. The Kobe 9, along with the Kobe 8, I think had some of the best traction possibly ever. I ran through this traction. I wore them inside, I wore them outside, I let other people wear them. So these are worn down pretty well. I wouldn't say they're up to the Kobe 9 standards, and I think that's just because they were so good and the rubber compound was that good. But the traction on these is pretty good. It's pretty good. It's not gonna fail you, I don't think. You'd be pretty hard pressed for this thing to fail you, and this is coming off wearing the KD12s, which was hit or miss because of like the liquid, the sweat issue. Like you got sweat on those, and it was slippery, and you couldn't really stop it. The traction on these, wet, dry. I think I played some outdoors. Solid. It says solid, just slippery, and that's because of when you play outdoors and they have the like the paint on the 3-point line and like the free throw line, that was slippery. But that happens with like 90% of the sneakers. There's like one or two sneakers that you wear and you pass the 3-point line and it's like, all right, cool, these stuck right on them. Rare occasion. So the traction on these was pretty dang good. For the upper is where, unfortunately, these shoes really failed me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It had a lot of space, man, and I write these by hour, right? So usually I try to put 24 hours into a sneaker, and I'll go, hey, I just played these 2 hours. This is how I felt after. Sometimes I'll stop, like in between playing games, I'll stop. This is how I felt here. This happened here. So on and so forth. And within literally the first try on, I tried them on, and I took 2 or 3 steps. I'm like, what is this? It had so much space on the roof of my foot, like the roof of my forefoot. I'm like you can hear it. It was so much space. When you did this, you could hear like this crinkly material just crinkle all over the place because there was so much space above my foot. And I wouldn't say I have a skinny foot. I've tried a ton of sneakers. There's sneakers all over here, and I don't remember ever having something like this where there's just so much space above my foot that literally every time I walk, I can feel all of the space, and it just crinkles and it makes noise, and it was just so annoying. It wasn't even so annoying, it was just so uncomfortable, to the point that I cut the review early. Like I said, usually I put in 24 hours. I think here I got somewhere around 14 to 16 hours in these shoes, and I couldn't, honestly, I just couldn't do it anymore. The last wear that I got on these, and I will say, I absolutely balled that day. This was just I think it was just a couple days ago. I absolutely balled that day, but it was the day that I felt the most healthy since my ACL tear, or should I say my ACL surgery. And I was making the same cuts and jumping the, well, I wouldn't say jumping the same, I still don't have all the strength, but I was pretty much doing everything on the court besides like jumping that I used to be able to do, and I felt a difference like almost immediately. That was the last day. I had to stop that day. Out on the day that I felt my healthiest, I stopped the review and said, this is the last day I'm gonna wear these. Here's exactly what I wrote. I said, first time feeling healthy and the space issue is just too much. Entirely too much foot movement, but to go down half a size would make it too tight, and it would. It's not the containment. The containment on the sides is great. Even the like sliding forward, because I tie them really tight, but I like a little space on the front for my feet to just like get a little bit a little bit of movement. If they don't, then my feet are just jamming into the front of the shoe, and that's with every shoe. So that's why I always get an 11.5, and you'll see that I have 11s here and like other sneakers that I don't necessarily want to crease like that. But it was so much space, and then I said, the way the construction of the shoe is, even the laces, like the laces on here, you can't, I feel like there's, like the tongue is so bulky and so stiff. This is the stiffest tongue. This tongue is so stiff. Just everything on this thing is so stiff that I don't feel the lockdown in the shoe. Like I feel just my foot just moving around so much because of that space on the top of my foot. Everything was just too stiff, man. Not that these shoes disappointed me, but it was like a really, like the possibility for a really great shoe, and that space issue killed it for me. The space issue killed it, and I hate to come on here and kill a shoe. I really do. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Going down half a size is not gonna do it. I'm telling you. It's gonna be too tight. You can try it. If this is still a shoe that you're interested in, I would suggest trying it on in store, and not just trying it on, but taking steps, like literally walking around the store to feel if that top part of your shoe is gonna be doing all that moving around. Unfortunately, that's just the reality that I had to go through. I think I watched just one other review, and didn't seem like there was a problem with that, to be honest. I don't know, man. I really don't know why it was like that. I wish I could describe to you how these laces are, man. It just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. It doesn't tighten the way that I really need it to tighten. No matter how tight I put it, I tied the laces, even the laces didn't stay. It just, my foot moved around just way too much for me to even feel safe. And that was really why I had to cut it off. I've been hurt too much for me to like even play around, to even play around with getting hurt again. Along with that, and like I said, I do hate to keep killing the shoe. The first couple try-on, or I wouldn't say the first couple try-ons, the first couple wears, I did feel a little bit of ankle discomfort. I'm not sure why, because this is like it feels like it would be comfortable. It's a little stiffer than some of the more recent ankle like support systems that I've had recently, but it broke it eventually. But it was just weird to me, like that I had ankle discomfort. I never ever had that, and that was more around like this. I pointed to the back here, but it was more around like the low cut area on these, and that's not compared to a Kobe. And I know these aren't the same shoe. The traction was only the same, but the Kobe's are lower. It didn't give me the problem that this shoe gave me. Look, I'm gonna be honest. This is not a bad sneaker. It's not. It's not a bad sneaker. The cushioning felt pretty. The cushioning was pretty good. Like I said, the traction it was pretty good as well. The material killed the shoe. If you're interested in these shoes, give them a try on. I know I'm super late on reviews. I've seen people review these, or I saw the dates. Like I said, I only watched a review. I saw like 9 months ago, 8 months ago for sneaker reviews for these. So it's possible you guys have already worn this and already gone through this already. But if you're just seeing this, I know these are in store. I've gone in stores and seen multiple colorways. I was late on these because I had my injury and I was waiting for these specific colorways, for the PlayStation colorway. Go and try these out. If you're interested in these sneakers, go and try them out. The retail on this was, bro, I have a Trae Young box on it. Where's the, these are sitting on top of the Trae Young box. The box for these are here. Retail on these was $120, and you can get them on sale. I know for a fact you can 100% get them on sale. Do me a favor, try them on. Try on your actual size, and then go and try half a size down and see if that might be just too tight. That's all I can suggest for you. I know this is a crook review. Unfortunately, it's just because I couldn't continue in these and feel safe. There is positive news to this though. That means that I am going to test another sneaker, and that sneaker is going to be the Trae Youngs. These are the next ones. Thank God. I don't think I have anything else to test that I'm even going to consider testing. Like the Harden 5s, there's just no point for me. I never got to the 4s in the PG line. I would like to put them on my feet eventually when I get the time and do a comparison video, space-wise and all that good stuff. And I love that colorway that I have, the Gatorade colorway. So I will get to that eventually. So you will see a comparison video eventually, but for these, it's just a wrap for me. I'm just not risking my health in these anymore, to be honest. Do me a favor, thank you guys for watching so much. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you like what you've seen. This is the only Lynn, and I'm out of here. You have a good one.